Suge Knight ain't tell Puff no shit like that, and Puff ain't believe no shit like that, because right after Suge Knight made that statement, what did Puff do? He got on stage, because if a brick hits you, say ouch. He got on stage and spoke on it. Puff rose up to Suge after he tried to talk to Pac, and he was like, yo, Suge, we got any problems out here? And Suge said, ain't no problem that I know you got. Something gotta change. I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change. And he took upstairs, he turned around and walked back upstairs.
I tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger.
Suge Knight's rivalry with Puffy is nothing new, and a lot of people joked that Puffy probably slept really well after Knight went to jail. But now it looks like he might be joining his former rival. With multiple lawsuits and federal raids hot on his tails, Suge Knight has been busy exposing Puffy, and he has some advice for when the latter joins him in the cells. The world of hip-hop has always been rife with rivalries and beefs, but there are few incidents as talked about as the infamous East Coast versus West Coast rivalry of the 1990s. There were several people involved, but the frontrunners were two of the most prominent moguls in rap. The rivalry can be boiled down to Death Row Records founder Suge Knight versus Bad Boy Records founder Sean Puffy Combs. But how did it all start? Well, there are many versions of the story. The earliest and most accepted is one that Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal narrated in an interview on The Art of Dialogue. He basically said the rivalry just started over women and overinflated egos.
All attention started between Puff and Suge Knight. You understand? All attention came from Puff and Suge Knight. Suge wanted Puff to have Big and them do a show. Puff wanted to get paid for Big doing the show. But Suge had did a whole lot of shit, free shit for Puff at one time. Because when Puff used to come out to California, before he could afford security, before he could afford it, Suge used to look out for the cat.
It wasn't about Big Jake getting killed, and it wasn't about Tupac Shakur. It was their own issues that caused a decades-long fight that resulted in several deaths. In another interview, he had pointed out that if Anthony Wolf's Jones from Diddy's camp had murdered Big Jake, they wouldn't be hanging out with him. Wolf was in there with his people and crew too. You understand what I'm saying? Wolf was in there, his people and crew too, stuff like that. Wolf had like 2 or 3 people right there. They all, Zip and Wolf is close. They talking the whole 9 yards. This is after Jake got killed. I can't believe, and you can never make me believe that Suge would be drinking with Wolf and them if he would have shot Jake. He referred to the picture of Puffy's baby mama Misa Hilton's photograph with Suge Knight as a catalyst of the rivalry.
So now it became they bullshit. Then when Suge bought Misa out there, you understand? When Suge bought Misa out there and talk about what the East Coast won't take care of, the West Coast will, then Jake, Jake being killed by Jason. You understand? And they making that bullshit up like Bad Boy had something to do with it. All that shit was over women. And niggas being emotional like women. It was over women. Jake disrespecting Jason girl. You understand, wife? Suge disrespecting Misa. Puff's baby mama. And them niggas being emotional like women.
He pointed out that Tupac got along with many rappers from both coasts, even if they had small issues here and there.
Tupac fuck with East Coast and West Coast niggas. How you gonna have Nice and Smooth out there with him and they from the fucking East Coast? You understand what I'm saying? He fucked with niggas from the East Coast, West Coast, down south, the whole 9 yards. Pac had some shit with him, yeah. But all them niggas had shit with them. All them niggas behind scenes talk shit.
Basically, the feud was over their relationship souring, which went public at the infamous Source Awards in 1995 after Suge Knight's speech.
Yeah. Seen a car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All you church. Know what's up with 213.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Death family on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac to keep his guards up. We ride with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Puffy tried to smooth things over years later, saying that the rapper later told him backstage that he was talking about Jermaine Dupri and not him.
I could blow this thing up right now, you know.
Very true.
You know, and I decided I just felt it was really dangerous. You know what I'm saying? In a way, because the crowd was really with me and with Bad Boy.
And said,
so to make a long story short, you know, this is where the after party's at, of course, at the world famous tunnel.
Right.
And so then when I ran up and I asked him, and he said, "Nah, I was talking about Jermaine Dupri." And I was just like, wow. Yeah, I was just like,
wait, hold on, what?
Yeah, I was just like,
yeah, I never heard this, Paul.
I was just like, at that point, I was scared because I know that the wolves that was with me, they was like real live wolves. And I got in, I didn't get in to hurt anybody.
Right.
I just wanted to be, you know, I'm from Harlem. Right. I don't want no violence. I don't want none of, no danger, none of that shit. I'm trying, so it was, I really put it in my head, it gave me a reason for my ego to walk away. Cause I knew how much money I was getting, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, it was a business decision, you know what I'm saying? It was a straight business decision. It wasn't a being from New York decision, and it was a cultural decision, because I felt like the power that we had was so strong that I could do something so negative that it would really kind of mess things up.
He put a very bad boy-centered spin on the story, but Gene Deal calls bullshit.
Suge Knight ain't tell Puff no shit like that, and Puff ain't believe no shit like that, because right after Suge Knight made that statement, what did Puff do? He got on stage, because if a brick hits you, say ouch. He got on stage and spoke on it. You know, another executive come up here speaking on that. I love Dr. J, I love what they doing. I get Death Row, they props in the whole 9 yards. If he thought he was talking about Jermaine Dupri, why the fuck would he spin and say something right then and there? Why would he say something? He knew it was about him. That's why he got on stage and said what he said, bruh. Didn't he say that right after what Suge Knight said? He got at the Source Awards and said what he said with Faith up there.
Fast forward to decades later, and Suge Knight is in jail for a murder. He was sentenced to 28 years and won't be eligible for parole until 2034. But that hasn't stopped him from giving multiple interviews, especially about his former rival.
We are all waiting right now to see if federal prosecutors indict Sean Diddy Combs, the rapper, the producer, the music mogul. This comes after federal authorities, more specifically Homeland Security agents, raided Combs' 2 properties out in Miami and LA. This is reportedly pursuant to an ongoing investigation from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. Reports indicate that this centers around sex trafficking.
Diddy's downfall has been highly publicized in the media, starting with a slew of civil lawsuits after his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura sued him back in December 2023. The next bombshell came with his ex-producer Lil Rod's lawsuit, and it's been downhill from there. Most experts seem to think an arrest is inevitable.
Had a federal warrant served at 2 of his properties.
So I think myself, like anyone, thought that a federal indictment was coming fairly quickly. Anytime you see a raid of this nature, you know, there's an expectation that something's coming. And I'll be frank with you, I still think something's coming. I think it's just actually going to potentially take more time.
Knight's X account was active soon after reports on the federal raids on Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles homes came out, reporting, "Justice for Tupac is coming, Keef D and now Diddy." About 5 hours later, the account said, "People, the raids today wasn't for Diddy. It was to destroy the incriminating stuff on powerful men, followed by a series of hashtags including #Epstein and #Clive Davis. The account also referenced the arrest of Diddy's drug mule. This man right here is going to be Diddy's weak link. And Suge Knight has some advice for when Diddy joins him in jail. He addressed his situation in an on-call interview. First, he said that it wasn't a good time for his family, especially his children.
Everybody been talking about the Puffy situation. First, I like to pray for his family. His daughters and his sons, his kids, basically. That's never a good sign for nobody to cheer about when it comes to kids or young men being handcuffed.
He then said that Diddy going down the way he did also affected hip-hop's image as a whole.
It's a bad day for hip-hop, for the culture, for black people. Because when one looks bad, we all look bad. Because that's definitely not nothing to cheer about.
But he wouldn't be Suge Knight if he didn't have a go at the bad boy, and he warned Diddy that his life was in danger because powerful people now wanted him gone.
I tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger because you know the secrets, who's involved in that little secret room you guys participating in. So, they're gonna get you if they can.
Following that, he talked about how after Diddy was pushed out of the alcohol industry, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg entered it.
It's a little crazy how Puffy get booted out the alcohol business and Jimmy Iovine steps in with Andre and Snoopy promoting it.
He was referring to Diddy's Diageo lawsuit, which, although settled, didn't mean much after the rapper got embroiled in his multiple controversies. He had also previously referenced how the rappers were part of a secret society that ran the entertainment industry. He continued to say that although this wasn't good for the culture, sometimes you had to face the music.
It's never a good look when it comes to culture of hip-hop and for our community, our people. I turn myself in. Sometimes you gotta face the music.
Then starts the real advice. He mentioned a few things Puffy would have to watch out for if he wanted to survive in jail.
Puffy, I'm gonna give you some real advice. 2 quick things. You gotta make a decision. When you go to prison, either you're gonna be standing up pissing or squatting, sitting down, pissing. I advise you to try to take the first one, because if you're squatting, pissing on the seat, you know what that means.
Then he took a jab at Diddy's Brother Love nickname, saying that wasn't a title that would help him in prison.
Oh yeah, by the way, do not do your time going by Brother Love. Brother Love is not a good code name for prison. I'm out.
In the same interview, he also pointed out that Puffy benefited off of Biggie's death, while he struggled when his friend and artist Tupac died. He also went on to talk about his behavior with women, saying that wasn't the only time Puffy beat someone and got away with it. He said his artists had been sidelined for cussing and degrading lyrics against women, but someone who beat women got a Super Bowl commercial deal.
Puffy can beat the shit out of 2 bitches and they pay for it, and he get an award. And for his having somebody, have male prostitute fucking your bitch, that's some weirdo shit. But it's not nothing new. Everybody know that Puffy been the fucking Gus ran in for the longest. That's not like it's new news.
At the end of the day, Suge doesn't think Diddy's going to jail because of the money he's earned for high-powered executives and his own lawyers. But if he does, he has a message for him.
Puffy, I don't want to see you go down. But if you need a celly, I'm going to grant your ass my cell, boy. Had your cook game working, I don't want no head, but you're going to be cleaning the toilet.
Do you think Diddy's going to see the end of his hip-hop empire? Or is he powerful enough to get out of something like this scot-free? Only time will tell. That's it for now. Don't forget to tell us what you think in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.